In a shocking incident that has triggered widespread outrage, young student athletes from Odisha were allegedly forced to travel in inhuman conditions due to administrative negligence. 18 athletes, including 10 boys and 8 girls, were sent by the state's School and Mass Education Department to participate in the 69th National School Wrestling Championship held in Uttar Pradesh. However, the journey turned into an ordeal when no confirmed train tickets were arranged for them. The athletes were compelled to travel in general coaches during peak winter, seated near train toilets, raising serious concerns over their safety, dignity, and well-being. Shockingly, they were made to return under the same conditions with no proper travel arrangements for the return journey either. A video showing the athletes sitting near train toilets has gone viral, sparking public anger and sharp criticism, not only in Odisha, but across India. The incident has once again exposed systemic apathy towards non-cricket sports and young sportspersons representing the state at the national level. Adding to the concern are allegations that parents or guardians were not permitted to accompany the athletes, further intensifying questions over accountability and care. We have sports journalist Mahavir Raut now joining us here on the broadcast. Mahavir Raut, I know you're smiling because, what are we discussing? Again, athletes who don't play cricket, who don't play high-value sports being ill-treated. But it is a safety hazard. We're talking about 10 boys and 8 girls who are athletes, young boys and girls who have been made to travel in these near toilet compartments. And not just one way, both ways.
Look, my comments may not go down well with the viewers or with the line of thought that uh, you may be thinking. I have a very simple question. It's a school arrangement, okay? And usually when these tournaments happen, because I have been a part of this and I have traveled like this. I have traveled in buses for football tournaments. I have traveled in buses, trains, unauthorized, near the toilets. You forgot to mention one thing which was there, where in the video I heard that some of the girls were made to sit near the toilets. But this happens at lower level. Just because this happens, it does not mean it is right. And anyone who has played a sport in this country knows that the traveling is and one of the girls, when she was interviewed after this, she said कि हमारा ticket confirm नहीं हुआ था. So they had an option either to go or not to go. Let's understand. Firstly, let's not be in this, euphoria that everything is very good. I want to go and play a school tournament and I will be given a proper bus and there will be proper accommodation. Yes, tomorrow, कल के दिन अगर the travel is good, the accommodation, I'm sure they must have been put in some classroom under some third grade where there would have been no electricity. But this is how the sport is there in this country in lower level of the tournament. So if you punish the school and if you punish the school arrangement and everything, these kids would have not got a chance even to represent their school. And given a chance, these 10 boys and 8 girls that you are saying, that given a chance tomorrow there is another tournament in another school, would you be traveling in an unconfirmed railway compartment? I'm saying 80% of them would say yes, because as a player, you want a platform. A player is as good as an artist. He wants a platform to play. I totally understand what you are saying, that there is a this should not have happened. But then what to do? These tournaments, the schools get information just 4 days back that because December is ending, they have to finish the tournament. Otherwise, the funds won't be coming. So everyone here is in a mockery. And what are you talking? This is just a school level wrestling. In Khelo India, which is supposed to be the of sport, in Khelo India University, I saw videos of girls coming to from the place of accommodation to the field of play FOP in auto rickshaw. There was 8 girls coming from in an auto rickshaw because there was no accommodation. I didn't see any hue and cry at that time. So let's understand, sports right now is a very good photo opportunity. It's a very good feel good factor that is happening across the country. And I would not blame the kids if the school would have given them an option. देखो बच्चों, खेलना है तो ऐसे जाना पड़ेगा, वरना हम नहीं जा सकते हैं. I'm sure, because I have been that stage, I can tell you that these kids, okay, we could have done them better. The teachers could have done better to put them in a better way. I'm sure there would have been passengers who have accommodated them. But I'm sorry, but this is the way the country is, and this is the way the sports study education.
You know,
The other day I was saying in Odisha only or somewhere there was an open exam and the students were made to sit in a railway, on a flight runway, and they were giving an open exam. So, I mean, where are we? This is the reality. This is
okay.
India.
Mahavir Rawat, that's exactly why I began by asking you that I don't want to sound all shocked. Like, oh my God, this has happened. This happens all the time. But, especially in the lower rung of sport, and especially in sports that don't have too much commercial interest, like wrestling, like athletics, track and field sports in India, which don't get enough sponsorship, which doesn't get enough funds. Even if there is a push from the government, there's just not enough to cater to people at the grassroots level. And at this level is where the real champions of tomorrow are trained. And that's where do you disagree with that?
There are no champions of tomorrow. The system is not giving you a champion.
Okay.
Champions are happening despite of the system. So don't be in a Mugalta or don't be in a
I'm saying
dream world.
These could be the potential champions of tomorrow, and this is how they are treated.
There is a potential of 1 billion in this country. I don't like that word potential, because for becoming a champion, much more investment is happening more than potential. You may have a potential, I may have a potential, but what does potential alone mean? Potential needs hard work. Potential needs a lot of money. How much does a gold medal in Olympics? It needs 400 to 500 crores of investment to get one gold medal. We just want a medal from everywhere so that all state and all officers and all ministers can get a photo opportunity with the players. And how many these players, I mean, have you turned? I salute these players. I salute their sportsman spirit. It's just that the hard work throughout the year, they didn't want to miss that opportunity. But sports is run in this country like that. And let's not also keep saying ourselves, cricket. Cricket has managed itself like this. Cricket does not seek any funds from this. And we as a country, I will tell you another story. If you want to do a good story, there is in Rajasthan, in Jaipur, there is Santosh Trophy happening. This is the same country that made a mess out of when Messi came to this country. 150 crores of rupees was spent on Messi and all the publicity stunt that went. Santosh Trophy is the topmost football trophy in this country, and it is happening in Rajasthan. And just go and check the football stadium that they are playing in Rajasthan. You will feel ashamed of the country that we want champions. How many medals do we want?
I can't agree with you more, Mahavir Rawat. In fact, the only point I'm trying to make with this story is the fact that this is indicative of the larger malaise, and we cannot stop talking about it. The more we talk about it, the better.
I will give a benefit of doubt. I will give you a benefit of doubt. You said, just before this show started, you read out some headlines, and because I was also an anchor, so I understand all these things. Is that there's a dense fog happening. There's railways cancellation. There is train tickets not being there. These kids wanted to play. And as a kid, my kid wants to play. He just came. It's 3 o'clock. Right now, he came at 2 o'clock and he just wants to run out and play. We as a system have failed. They as sportsmen have not failed. They practice all their time. They went there to play in whatever conditions. We as a system have failed, but they should not be shocking. This is all that we care. Where just imagine one minister coming over there, and everything would have been okay. So sports is just like propaganda. It's just going on a different lateral parallel thing altogether. And I don't see champions or whatever. Champions are not coming from Sai institutes. What will they come from? School institutes. So I have zero hope. Sorry for sounding so pessimist. But hats off. My hats off, rather than seeing the negative, my hats off to all those 10 boys and 8 girls whose spirit was not cooled down by the train, whose spirit for playing the sport has been knocked down. वहाँ पे ticket confirm नहीं था, वहाँ पे जगह नहीं थी, toilet के बगल में था. This is where the sports is alive. It's just in the hearts of the people who play that sport.
True, it is absolute and full credit only to these 10 boys and 8 girls who, despite everything, the only reason why my heart went out to them is because you can go in a train, You can go in a second class compartment. Or this could have been just confirmed tickets in a second class compartment, Mahavir. That's all
But you
I'm
don't
asking
get,
for. I'm
no,
not asking
you
for
don't
flight tickets over here.
get a second one. Anyone does not get. Just look at the IRCTC. I don't know where all these Vande Bharats and all these trains are going. If that there is no seat for these kids, every time, even now, you and me are talking. There are nearly 3 crores of people traveling in the trains and get onto any train. I'm not talking about these hi-fi trains which the common people are not using. Get onto any trains and which are going to small cities. I'm sure this train you must have been at a place, or this tournament must have been organized in a place where there would have been not many trains. So whatever train they got, whatever accommodation, the travel arrangement they got, they just went in it. So I mean, this is a common sight of people. Forget these sportsmen. Even right now, this is not a Chhat period. This is not any Diwali period. This is a New Year period. Where the elite is only supposed to be partying. Still, there are no confirmed tickets for anyone, and maybe and that's why say there is no proper planning. I'm sure if you go down deep in the stories, that school must have been told कि within a week तुम्हारा tournament है, खेलना हो तो खेलो, नहीं तो तुम्हारा school वहाँ नहीं जाएगा. So this is how they give you the order, and the rest then the coach tells the student, भैया tournament है चलोगे? They said, coach आप जो बोलोगे हम चलेंगे जैसे वो, because they have been practicing for the whole year. If they miss this because of accommodation is not an excuse, bad food is not an excuse, travel is not an excuse. They need to play because that's what they have been training, and that's what I say that it is in my heart. I know I have been there, I have done that, I have traveled. There was a time when I was going to play a under 14 basketball in Gujarat at 2 o'clock because
Right.
the bus was delayed. We were put on a tractor. So there were 14 of us behind a tractor and going from the bus station to the venue. So I have been there. I can feel that. But don't worry, boys and girls. It's the sport. I don't know what result you had, but you always will be a very, very good human being, better person because you know how to struggle in life.
Mahavir Rawat, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on News 9.